Hello, this is Lily from Lily's Crafty Corner. Good morning. Or good afternoon. Anyway, I've been MIA for a while. I went to Florida to Epcot for a wine and food festival. Had an awesome time. Ate way too much. Drank too much. Had to come home and dry out. However, I'm back. And this episode I'm going to call of my videos, Don't Throw That Away. What I'm going to start off with, since my daughter Lindsay mentioned it on her last video, I made this wine bottle. And of course, the things that you need for this is a wine bottle. So you buy yourself a bottle of wine and you empty it. Now, this particular one was clear. But there, sometimes I like to get like a bottle that's got green glass in it. And I did this, and now everything on this is pretty much Dollar Tree. All the poinsettias came from Dollar Tree. The napkin came from Tuesday Morning. My husband bought this online, and this is the lighting. And what's nice, it's string light. It's on has a little switch at the back, and it also are those little string LED lights, and you just feed it through. This is a ornament holder, and I just modified it a little bit, put it on a piece of ribbon, twisted the top piece to make a loop, put on a little bell and a charm, and these beads were already on it. So as you can see, then I had these Dollar Tree, these things come with a lot of the flowers. This little piece here is also from Dollar Tree. I made a stick pin. Now, the stick pin itself, we got online, and I like those because they came from China, but they come with the caps for the bottom so you don't stick yourself. The little poinsettia came from an embellishment box swap that I did with Trish Smith at Coffee Cake and Crafting, and she also has the group Paper Manipulators. Let me see what else is on here. I think that's really it. But it was a lot of fun to make. One of the things I have mentioned is that when I do these, I don't cut the napkins up into small pieces. I try to do them in panels, and I try to find napkins that are, the whole napkin is decorated. Some of them are, the four corners are like, repeat, and some are, like even though there's, there's folded into fours, it's like two panels, and I try to do them panel-wise, and then I kind of piece it together maybe for the top, and then to maybe fill in some of the other areas. But I find that works better for me than trying to cut them up into these small pieces or tear them. I just don't think it really looks nice. The other thing is I don't use Mod Podge. I know it, and you know what? I do use it for some things, but for the napkins, this is wrinkled, but I'm going to tell you, it'd be wrinkled a lot more if it was, and I'm just going to try to bring it in a little bit closer. It'd be wrinkled a lot more, and you really wouldn't get to appreciate all the designs on the napkin. I use Liquitex Gloss Gel Medium. Now, I know this it's for acrylics, and you use it a lot of times to extend the life of your paint, to keep it wet, and it does have a glue effect to it, and it works wonderful for this. I don't paint my bottles because I want the lights to come through. I want it to be more translucent, not opaque, and it just seems to really, really work well. Then the other thing I do, and the other thing I like about Liquitex is the fact that it's not as tacky. Even when I use the Mod Podge that's for outside, I find that it's still quite tacky when it gets humid. And I did make one for my friend that lives in Florida. She actually lives in Venice, Florida. And, you know, it's quite humid there. I made one for her using this process, and it does not get tacky. Because I was down to, she's the one that actually I went to the wine festival at Epcot with. And I had gone to her house first, then we went to Epcot, and then we went back to her house for a few days, and then I came home. And we happened to enjoy this out on her lanai, drinking our wine, and had the, you know, had the one that I made for her on, and it was really quite nice out there. And it wasn't tacky. And the other thing I do at the end, before I put all the embellishments on, I take Rust-Oleum's Painter Touch. It's Ultra Cover Clear, seals, protects, and revitalizes. This is under $4. I think it's like $3.57, $3.47, $3.79, something like that. Now, I do ceramics, and that spray, which does the same thing, is about half this size and costs $7. And this works just as well. In fact, I like it even a little better. So, you know, that's one project I wanted to share. So don't throw out those wine bottles. These really come out nice. I have another one that I'm in the process of making. And I'm not really comfortable doing tutorials or showing you. And everybody knows how to do these things. This is another one that I'm in the process of making. And it's for another friend of mine. She also is a wine drinker. She loves her wine too. And she'll be coming up to, she lives in North Carolina, and she'll be coming up to see her kids this month. So so when she comes to visit, I will have this ready for her, but I will share it with you when it's done. The other thing that I wanted to show you was my husband was very annoying this year. As much as I love the dear man, his whole thing is, well, if you're not going to use it for Christmas, throw it out, throw it out. Well, I bought these ornaments and have had them on the tree. As you can see, the hangers are still on them for years. But because we did our tree differently this year, I just didn't have, you know, this going on. I didn't want to use these. So I have a whole slew of them. They're not getting thrown out. The other thing that I have that I'm going to show you, so when I finish getting them all done, I will share. This is something that we bought. In fact, it's yellowed. I believe these, I don't know if this was white or if it was, maybe it was cream when it started. You know, it still works. So my thought process here is I'm going to bring this into the 21st century. I think I paid all of $2 for this at a discount store. It's called Jarek's. It's in actually in Fishkill, New York. And that's the area that I live in. I live in East Fishkill. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to get this and I'm going to revamp it, and then I'm going to share it with you when it's done. So that's coming up. Now, this will kind of give you an idea how ancient I am. This I made in 1987. It's, in fact, I know it was, I didn't put the date on the back, though. I did put my initials. And I remember that I didn't, if the mold says, you know, has the date on it, and it's the same year that I'm making it, I don't add another date. I just I just leave it that way. I've been doing that for years. So this one says 1987. So that was probably the first year of this mold, most likely. Anyway, as you can see, it looks fine, but it's definitely not, and it's got, you know, some marks and stuff on it. So I am going to totally revamp this, and I will share that. Now, I did start doing some of these ornaments. And this one is the one I've been just working on. And it was the one that my husband wanted me to throw out. Now, my daughter Lindsay and I, her YouTube page is Follow the White Rabbit. I'm a crafter. Lindsay is an artist. Anyway, we just bought ourselves a Cricut Air 2. I'm a little disappointed we didn't get the Cricut maker, but she ordered it, and without, well, she did consult me, but apparently I didn't get back to her quick enough, so she ordered the Air 2, so we have the Air 2. I'm happy with it. It's just that the maker, and with us splitting the cost, even though it's pricey, it would have been reasonable for the two of us. But anyway, I am not that savvy yet using it. So she did cut out with the vinyl, Let It Snow. And I don't know if that comes through well enough or not. But it is on there in the vinyl. This also has an iridescent thing to it. And what I did was I opened up the top and I put the different glitters and, you know, that kind of thing in there, shaker stuff. And then when I went to put back the cap, I took the hot glue gun. And this one, not so much, but some of them do have more of an opening in the top. So if you, before you put it back, oh, this is still wet. Oh, I'm going to have to see. This is what happens when you touch things when you're, shouldn't. But anyway, I should have left this. But anyway, I can fix that. It's not horrible. I can add some stuff there. But anyway, you put the hot glue kind of a thin layer on the top so that if it does get turned over, the shaker stuff doesn't come out. And I leave it sitting up until that's when I put it back in until it's dry. And then I also put a little bit of hot glue around the edge. So with this one, this is what I used. It's actually called Duncan's, and it is from one of the ceramic shops that I do. But Folk Art makes one also, and I do have another jar. This one's almost gone. And I've had this for several years, so it does go a long, long way. And then I put the little roses, and then I took, what I did was, this stuff is textured snow accents, and that's what I put around the top and that I messed up. But I can fix that. That's not a problem. So it's really easy, and then I just glued the ribbon there and glued on these, and then put a little bit of the snow around. And I had that sitting over here drying like that, and I should have left it that way. So now my sweatshirt, which is what I do most of the time, is I usually wear an old sweatshirt when I'm crafting so that I can wipe my hands down on that. Now the other one I did here, this one is a little different. And it also has the Let It Snow. Lindsay was kind enough to cut out the vinyl for me on the Cricut. And, you know, I got the practice putting it on. And it's, you know, it takes a little bit of time because it's curved. But it did go on pretty well. And then I did the same, you know, process as far as putting the glue in the top and then on the side and then putting it on. And what you have to do, too, is with the little side pieces that, you know, for the cap, kind of have to open it up a little bit so that when you go to put it down, it doesn't, like, crinkle in. And, you know, once you have the glue on the lip of the glass ball where this sits over, then I just squeeze it back on. And it holds. And I, of course, use the different ribbons. Now this is also flowers from the Dollar Tree. I used those, and I think that really came out nice. Now I want to mention these boxes. Lindsay cut these out for me on the Cricut Air, on the Air 2, and it's awesome. And what we used is the paper. You know, there's a lot of the papers when you get the pads. They're like a scene, or they have they're really hard to use. So what I like to use them for is things like this box, because they have a scene on them or something, and it just kind of works nice. So this one is in here. And then this is the other one that she cut out for me. And what I'm going to do with these are actually going to be gifts. I have quite a few. I know my granddaughter, where she works, she was thinking of, I told her I would since I had them and it wouldn't cost her anything, did she want me to do these up and she could take them for her co-workers? Now that she's been made assistant manager, she wants to, you know, make sure that she gives a nice gift. So we discussed it. She looked at these and she said, you know, Graham, they're going to be perfect. They're going to be good. And they're going to look nice. And it really won't cost her any money. Unless she wants, you know, she can add something else to them if she likes. So anyway, that's my video for today. If you like this, please subscribe and hit the like button, hit the little bell to be known. You'll get the notification that I'm doing another video. I plan on doing one tomorrow with some more of Don't Throw That Away. Anyway, have a great day, guys. Bye.